finished Unit 11. We did skip a couple of sections and we jumped around a little bit, but we caught the main information, and this is the review for the Unit 11 test. As you can see, I have some examples here. We're going to go through these. These are very similar to the types of problems you could expect to see on the test. Problem 1. Consider the data values in a stem and leaf plot, 15, 18, 24, 52, 71. Which would be a key for this data? Well, typically it's your smallest one here, and my smallest one is 15. Now, would I break it apart with the bar here or the bar here? Hopefully you recognize that with the stem and leaf plot, the stem's on the left, the leaf's on the right. This is your value right here. What is the interquartile range? And if you're looking at that and saying, well, did he ever talk about an interquartile range? No, he did not. He messed up big time when we went over this particular lesson. The interquartile range is the upper quartile value, which in this case is 40, minus the lower quartile value, which is 20. And this is equal to 20. This is called a measure of dispersion or a measure of variation, a lot like range. You've got measures of central tendency and you have measures of variation. And in this case, this is called the interquartile range. Sometimes they just call it the IQR. It's this value minus this value, the right side of the box minus the left side of the box. Look at the values on the number line. Doesn't matter if the number line's below or above, it works the same way. Third problem here, it says, what type of data display is most appropriate to show change over time? Well, we had all those data displays. We had bar graphs and line graphs and circle graphs. Well, over time, you want to use a line graph. Always, always, always. What type of data display is most appropriate to show parts of a whole amount or parts of 100%? Well, there's no doubt about this one. This is a circle graph. Okay, if you want to use a bar graph to compare amounts, that's fine, but we're showing parts of a whole amount. That's a circle graph. Those you should know. Pick a number from 1 to 10, okay? Inclusive, so it could be 1, it could be 10. Find the probability that this number is less than 5. Well, there are 4 numbers less than 5 out of 10. So this is 4 over 10, which is the same as 2/5, and that's my probability. That was an easy one. What are the measures of central tendency? Central tendency are the mean, the median, and the mode. The range is not a measure of central tendency. It's a measure of variation. The mean, the median, and the mode. Problem 7. Find the combination of 8 things taken 3 at a time. Well, if I use the formula, this is 8 factorial all over 3 factorial times 8 minus 3, 5 factorial. So this is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial all over 3 times 2 times 1 times 5 factorial. These cancel. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. Cancels with the 6 there. I end up with 8 times 7 or 56. And that's the number of combinations, 8 things taken 3 at a time. Problem number 8, 65% of the voters like candidate A, plus or minus 3%. Which interval is the voter percent most likely to lie? Well, it's 65 plus or minus 3%. 65 minus 3% is 62%. 65 plus 3% is 68%. So that's the interval that the voter percent would most likely lie. And believe it or not, short and sweet, this is your Unit 11 test review. Look through it and practice, practice, practice before you take the test. Did I say practice, practice, practice?